No Rest for the Weekend's coverage of the Tribeca Film Festival is sponsored by Black Magic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. blackmagicdesign.com.
In this film, there's a wonderful scene where you're in the graveyard, you're meeting with Ben, and you have the perfect timed power lock release.
Well, it was mainly difficult because I kept forgetting to lock the door before we shot it. So we get there and I'd be like, sorry guys, it's already unlocked. But you can thank my ADHD for that. But it was really fun. I mean, it's such an odd scene and it was so hard to know tonally how it would play. So actually in the moment, I mean, the beginning of it felt funny, but then there was a moment where Jason got very kind of emotional, surprisingly. So I had kind of no idea doing it, whether it was going to be a kind of moving moment or a deeply funny moment, but I think it's kind of both things.
How did you feel being brought on this project, bringing those sorts of thematic elements to screen?
I love Nathan's sensibility, and Chris's as well, but I lived with Nathan for a year in 2016, and he just has this totally kind of chaotic, evil seeming but totally loving way of moving through the world. He's such a warm, kind person, but has this kind of slightly demonic laugh, like this mischief in him. And so I think I just trust that anything he does is going to have this kind of freewheeling, kind of wild, challenging, dark humor, but have a real heart to it. So I just kind of reading the treatment, I just knew whatever it was going to be infused with that. And I think he did a really good job of bringing everyone onto the same page to make this very unique movie.
And I spoke with another actor, and he said there was quite a bit of improvisation on the set. How did that feel as a performer with this sensitive story matter in your hands?
It felt fun. I'd never really done a movie before, or TV or anything, where there was a lot of improv. But, because we'd read these treatments instead of real scripts, it kind of was natural because you're almost reading it more as a short story. So it was mainly just really fun, and I mainly work with Jason and Dolly some, and they're both such funny people. I mean, Jason's maybe the most playful person I've ever met. He must be like the most incredible dad. He has, I think, 3 kids. It's so playful that it just like is so generous and gives you so much to work with. Just even watching him, like inevitably, great stuff's going to come out in response to what he's doing.
I watched the film actually when it was at Sundance, and I loved it. And I loved your character.
It's a treasure to have a role of someone my age who is, committed to living in the moment in her life and growing and changing. And the fact that she's my age, that's an important thing because a lot of people, when they reach their 70s, maybe they think, I guess I should fold up my tent. But she's just pitching a new tent. And it's exciting and important. It's an important reminder. As an actor, I learned so much. I mean, I learned so much studying for the bat mitzvah. It was incredible. And improvising with Jason and with Nathan. And it was incredible.
And what was it like having a scene partner in Jason Schwartzman? I hear very good things about how giving he can be.
I just love him so much, and I trust him implicitly, so I could not think of a better scene partner. I feel lucky for life that I had this experience. I love him.
So tell me about your involvement in the project, how you came on board.
I just got a message from my manager that Nathan Silver wanted me in a movie, and I wasn't particularly familiar with Nathan's work, to be honest. But they sent me some samples of his work, and I looked at the script, and I loved it, and I was very excited to be a part of it.
You are sort of the voice of reason throughout the film. Is that?
I wouldn't say that.
Is that a position you find yourself in your everyday life?
The voice of reason? I'm usually the person who has to hear from the voice of reason, all throughout my career, actually. But in this movie, I play the rabbi in this movie is not the most I wouldn't call him the most reasonable human in the movie.
I found him to be very pragmatic.
Pragmatic, yes, but that's not necessarily, pragmatic isn't always the best way to go. Yeah, he's interested in raising money for his temple, but he's willing to bend a lot of rules. And, I mean, I love the movie because it doesn't mock religion. It has characters who challenge your notions of what religion is and maybe cast some doubt. But ultimately, I think the movie is very affirming of religion, and I love that about it. And yes, I play a rabbi, and that took a lot of hours in the makeup chair. Convince people that I could be a rabbi, but it was, half the budget.
Movie magic.
He looked somehow Jewish.
Wow, I don't know how they did it. It's amazing. I understand there was a lot of improvisation. It was a very loose set. We basically worked off a treatment rather than a script.
What started as a treatment, but by the day we shot, there was a form of a script. And yes, it was worked through some improv and discussion, but for the most part, it was there by the day we shot. The last scene in the movie, the big dinner scene, was a great deal of improv. And we were trying different things over 2 different nights. And I think they did an amazing job, both, figuring out the plot at that point, and the editor did an amazing job as well. So it's very throwback to the 70s. It's very intimate and invasive at the same time. All stuff that I found thrilling when I finally got to watch the movie. I was really impressed, and I'm a kid from the 70s, so that was a great era of movie making. So I love the fact that they shot it that way, and even the film stock they used was reminiscent of that era.
So once again, you're in a film with a May-December romance. Is this something you're drawn to, or you feel you're getting typecast?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even think about it. I'm still trying to understand. You think that movies are going to help you understand yourself, your life. They don't. I know nothing. I know less about myself than I did going in. But I'm just happy to be in a movie with Carol Kane, ultimately.
Yes.
I mean, really, I've just been trying to get to this point.
Right, it's all like, if I just keep at it, they'll put me in a film with Carol Kane.
I mean, she's been in everything. And it's crazy when she's talking about people and, she uses these first name bases, then you realize, oh, she's talking about that person and that person and that person. It's a little crazy.
We were talking with Madeline Weinstein, and she said having you as a scene partner has been the highlight of her life.
No.
Did you feel any of that chemistry while you were on?
Absolutely. Well, she is incredible, first of all. And I mean, I'm so lucky because everybody we worked with, we made the movie in a kind of in a special way that was really just about being in the moment, and being very present, and trying scenes in different locations and trying different degrees of things out, and she's incredible, and we had some really crazy scenes to do, and it was like, she also, without giving too much away, she almost kind of plays 2 characters in the movie, and she was a real essential, like kind of like my rock for the
grounding presence.
Yeah, very much so, and just nice to laugh with someone. She's a good laugher, and when someone laughs, it changes your life.
This is the BTRP Media Network.